Good afternoon, everyone. It's Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings. Welcome to my studio and another catalog Copycat cards. I'm going to change the time of my videos to noon on Saturdays. With the nice warm weather coming and staying up a little later, I'm finding it a little more difficult to get up super early on Saturday mornings. And if you know me at all, you know I have some sleeping issues, so I value every minute of sleep that I can get. So I'm just going to go ahead and shift to have my videos happen on Saturdays at noon. So that's that. And let's start out by giving away the card that I made last weekend. This was made with our Color and Contour Suite. It's a brand new stamp set and die set, which is in our brand new annual catalog. And it has these awesome dies that make this really pretty scalloped with a little beading. I think you can see that on camera. And then we stamp the flowers and die cut them. We die cut the sentiment, and it's just a super easy card. It went together really quickly, and we added some of these really pretty beads, the pearls on the inside of the flowers, just to give it a little bit of an embellishment. So let's go ahead and give that card away. I had lots of people comment this time, so I'm very grateful for all of you watching. So let's pick our winner. And our winner is, it's Pam this week. So Pam, thank you so much. I'm going to put this in the mail to you. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow, so I will just hand it to you. All right, ladies, well, thank you all again for watching. I really appreciate your kind comments. We're going to copy a card today from our annual catalog way in the back here on page 118. And on page 118, we have our larger background stamps. And we're going to copy this card right here that is made with the spiral die background stamp, which is right down here in the corner. These are just $17, and they are wonderful for making large backgrounds. You can see how big the stamp is. It's very large. It requires our large block to be used with it. And these measure, I think, about 4.5 by 5.5. So what that enables us to do is to lay a piece of cardstock. You can see that it would cover the entire front of a card or a layer. So they're really nice for making backgrounds. All right, so this one is called Spiral Die, and we're going to play with that one today. I'm going to keep my catalog handy here so I can follow along. And let's review what we need for this card. So of course we're going to need our spiral die, which I have ready. It's already on the block. And then we need a piece of our basic white cardstock. This is the piece we're going to have on the front and do our stamping on. And I think I measured 3.5 by 5. Let's see, 3 3/4 by 5. So that's our basic white. And then we need another piece the same size, which is a Blushing Bride cardstock. And then for our base, we need a piece of our extra thick basic white. Okay, so I'll put that aside for the moment. And then our colors, we're going to use our Blushing Bride and a little pop of color. So obviously Blushing Bride is one of our subtles. It's real soft and pretty. And we're going to add like a real pop of color with our Daffodil Delight, which is a really bright yellow. And then we need some of our black and white twine. That's from our Playful Pets ribbon combo. And then we need a circle. So I pulled out my layering circles dies, and I just die cut one of those out of a scrap of our basic white paper. So that's going to be for our sentiment. And then for our sentiment, what they pictured in the catalog, I don't exactly have that, but we needed a very bold and thicker style stamp for our sentiment. So I picked this one, which is from the You Are Amazing stamp set. This is in our January to June mini catalog, and this one happens to be retiring. So it coordinates with our You Are Amazing card kit, and they're sold individually, the kit and the stamp set. So if you like these types of bold images, this is a really nice one to use. So I just mounted up the Happy Birthday, which looks like that, and we're going to stamp that onto our circle. Okay, I think we are ready to begin. Oh, we need our U-Pick tool, and I'll show you what that's going to be used for in a minute. So let's go ahead and begin by stamping our sentiment. So I was kind of debating if I wanted to have that be in the pink or in the Blushing Bride or maybe black. And the more I look at it, I think this card is going to need, with all of the colors, it's going to need a little bit of black. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment in black, just to make it a little bit different than the card, because I think that's going to look really pretty. So I'm just inking that up with our Memento black ink, which is a really good all-around black ink. And then that will go right here on the middle of our tag. There, that looks great. And then I'll just set that aside for a moment to dry. And I'll clean my stamp. I have my chamois ready here. We always want to have our wet chamois ready to remove all the ink from our rubber stamp, so it's ready to go for the next project. We never want to have our stamps be dirty, because if we don't clean them, say I went to use this in my yellow stamp pad, I'd have a really big black mark right in the middle of that pad, which would not be good. Okay, so our sentiment is ready. And now the fun part, we're going to use our stamp. So again, I have it on the block, so it has a really nice solid base. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp, and then I'm going to lay my cardstock right on it. So instead of stamping onto my paper, I'm going to lay the paper on and stamp it onto the actual rubber surface. So let's begin with the Blushing Bride. So it's real easy to just have the stamp facing upward, and then I'm applying the ink. I'm just rubbing that surface of the pad all over so I get a nice even coating, and I think that's probably visible. You can see how it's rather shiny. So that way I'm able to see if I've maybe missed a spot or two, because we want ink on the entire surface. And then we're going to take our piece of cardstock, and I'm going to center that right over the middle of the stamp and lay it in place. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper, and then I'm just going to lay that over, because I really don't want ink all over my hands. Basically, that's the reason we're doing this. So I'm just kind of pressing that paper into the rubber side without moving it. So I'm being very careful. And then I'm going to move my scrap paper up and then do the upper half. So, and then I like to use my U-pick tool, because that enables me to lift up a corner or the side, so I can easily pull this off of the stamp without smearing it. Look at that, isn't that fun? I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this down so I remember what direction is up, and there's a reason for that. So our next step is to clear all of that Blushing Bride ink off of the stamp. Nice and easy. You can see I really get a lot of use out of my chamois. And this is actually half a chamois. So they come in a 5x7. So I cut them in half. I use half of it. And then when it gets grungy, I throw it away. And then I have my other half that I could use. All right, so we've got this all clean. All of the ink is removed. And then the next step, we want to add another swirl of color in between all of the swirls that are already there. So what we need to do is rotate the stamp 180 degrees, and then we'll do the same exact process. So I kept my paper in the same direction, but I rotated the stamp. And now I'm going to ink this up with the Daffodil Delight. So we're going to get that really nice bright pop of color in between all of the pink. All right, and then I'm going to take my cardstock, same direction is still up. Again, I'm going to center this. So that looks good right about there. And then take my scrap paper, press all the ink into the cardstock. And then I'll do the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to use my U-pick tool. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that fun? Wow, what a cool cool effect. So there we go. It's that easy. And of course we could have just stopped with the pink and just left it as a one color, but I think it's really fun to add that second color to complement or to contrast. I'm just going to clean up my stamp, get that out of the way, and then I think we're ready to assemble. So this is a very quick and easy card. So our adhesives we need are just our stamp and seal, and I'm going to pull in the base of the card here. Okay, so it looks like they put this layer is going to be a little bit crooked. So I'm going to add some adhesive. And then that gets placed like this. Okay, and then I'm going to add some adhesive to our spiral design. And then that gets placed this way. So it gives just a little bit of an off-centered kind of effect. All right, next step is to take some of our twine. They put a big floppy bow in the middle. So I'm just gonna tie a bow. I don't ever cut my ribbon or my twine or anything ahead of time. I just take it right off of the bolt, make the bow on the end, make it the size I want, pull that nice and tight so it doesn't come apart. And then I cut off the tails. So there's no waste that way. Okay, and then they kind of put that bow, I think my tails are a little bit long here, but they put that bow, that's gonna go underneath our sentiment like that. So I think I'll just put a little bit of our seal here and lay that bow on it. And then we'll put a few dimensionals underneath our sentiment and pop that up a smidge. And then that's gonna go right about there. I think I have that straight and kind of a little bit off because of the paper being crooked, but there, that looks straight. Let me cut these tails a little bit shorter here. There we go. So yeah, this bow is just kind of random underneath there. And then our last step is to secure down our fold with our bone folder. Okay, there we go. That is so cute. I love this stamp. Reminds me of the 60s kind of tie-dye effect. So here is the catalog card, and then here's my version. That went together so quick and easy. I really do like that. Let me show you a few other samples. So these are some swap cards I received. This one is done with the, this must be the new the polished pink, and the, our new, oh gosh, I'm so bad with color names here. It is the pale papaya. I think that's what that is. And they just put that together, those two colors. Isn't that gorgeous? And a happy birthday. And then here's one with that cute new, I think it's a penguin. I'm not sure, but I think so. And they did this one with, it looks like Poppy Parade and maybe Petal Pink, I think. And then this one is just one color. So that is our brand new, our new purple. So aren't they cute? I am very happy with how that turned out. So, alrighty. Thank you, ladies, for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if I can interest you in any of our products, feel free to contact me to place an order. And I will definitely raffle this off again next Saturday. So be sure to comment on Facebook or on YouTube. As always, I appreciate you very much. So I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.